Hello everyone and welcome to my Atlantis percent glitchless tutorial, and now I will be starting in the level Atlantis right after Natla's Mines. This is going to be the longest level of Atlantis percent, the most difficult, and probably the one that will take the most amount of meds. So let's just get right in to the level. You want to skip these cutscenes at the start and you'll get the inventory pop-up from skipping. And from there, we'll want to do a sequence onto these Uzi clips. Easiest way to do that is head over to the right here, back over to the left, and land right on them. From there, we want to go into the inventory and select those. After that, we want to take a few steps forward and trigger this first guy, and start shooting. That is good RNG. You can also have RNG where they run all the way around, or they rush at you. It is just whatever happens, and you have to adapt to how they act. We want to keep on going on to the next one, doing the same thing. This is good RNG, and you can start running forward before they're even dead if you are comfortable. From there, we want to do running jumps up this staircase around here. This can be difficult to do, but try your best. And from here, we can go all the way around here to the first lever. Turn, head over this way. Stay against the right wall to avoid the guy below us spawning in too soon. Then turn all the way around and head back this way. That spawns in the guy below, then spawns in the central guy, and then spawns in the last guy. Take some extra steps, and then continue the running jumps down to this lever. And from here, this is the RNG part of the level at the start. We want to turn around and run this way, and hope that no one is down here. Now, plenty of times, someone can be down here, and they will be rushing us and attacking us, but here, we are lucky enough to just be able to run by. Like this. In other circumstances, they will be rushing at you as you're leaving, and that can really mess you up. You might want to save when that's happening, and you just really have to get used to when they're pushing you. Sometimes, if they're pushing you, you have to jump a little earlier than you think you might have had to jump. But with good RNG like this, which is ideal, you can just keep on going without any worry. Like this. You can avoid the cling-clang door and head over this way. Here, there's a couple ways you can get down into this area down here. You can just do a running jump from here and then grab. Fake grab, let go so you don't grab the ledges, and then you'll come down here and you can keep on going. An easier, slower way to do it, to ensure that you do it well, is just come over to here and then roll and grab, and then you'll be down here in no time. From there, you want to run over to here and pull this lever. Coming up to here, and then there's a few different ways you can come up and do the next part. Easiest way first, you can go up here, step forward, and then standing jump. Coming over this way, walk to the edge, back hop, and do a running jump, and press grab. Pull yourself up and keep on going. That flying guy won't really bother you. Next way of doing it, same kind of beginning, hobble forward, and then you want to do a standing jump, curve right, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, which I did incorrectly. But it is 5 steps you want to take. Again, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Depending on where you are on the platform, you might have to curve, you might have to fix your position, you might have to adjust to make sure that you're jumping on the right step. But the hardest way to do it is coming up on the right side, and from here doing a running jump curve and hitting your head over there, like this, and then doing another jump like that. That is extremely difficult, and I do not recommend it for a full Atlantis percent run unless you're really going for the best times. Best one I recommend is going over here, doing a standing jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going for it. If you're not comfortable with that, can't get used to it, or you're not consistent, just do the walk, back hop, and jump. That won't lose you too much time. From there, we want to continue running jumps this way. Into the water. and down towards this lever. We want to pull the lever and then head back to where we came. But instead we want to get up on this platform right here. From here, there's multiple things that we can do. First one, which I recommend, is pulling up right here, a little to the right, but not all the way right, and then holding up right and jump, and then she'll jump like this over to here, and you can continue running jumps all the way to there. Although that can be difficult for some. And easier for some might be to just running jump straight over to here. And watch out, you have to be fast because of the boulder, and then jump over to here, and you can land right here. And again, another boulder, so you will have to jump over to here quick, and you will need to do a running jump for that. But like I said, I do recommend this method, like this if you can, because it is not too horribly difficult, but also very fast. From there, we want to run this way into the next room, where we have two different strategies that we can use to get through. Again, there's a slow and fast, hard and difficult. We'll pull up right about here. We'll start with the slow first. We can actually make this jump all the way over to here without doing all the necessary things in this room. You want to line yourself up looking right a little to the left of that wall, right into the opening, right to the right side of the opening. Back hop, and we're gonna walking step 1, 2, and then jump. And you can land right there with a stumble and keep on going. That's the slow way. The fast way is going to involve from back here, a standing jump, curving to the right, then 1, 2, 3, and then jump back over to the left, and you can land like that. This is a very difficult strategy to do, and I don't really recommend it unless you have a lot of practice with it. Again, 1, 2, 3, jump back this way, and land. If you miss, you will be falling all the way down to here, and you either have to reset at that point or come all the way back to this way, climb up again and try again, or do the safe method. So I recommend the safe method and an Atlantis percent run. From here you can standing jump, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then running jump, and then grab. And then jump grab. Once you pull up, you can draw out your guns, turn left, and roll into the water. Come down here to the right, and you can pull this lever to open up the door. From there, we can turn around this way and head over, and pull up out of the water right here near the left side. Again, there's a few more strategies that we can use here, varying difficulties. First one, the easiest, we can just do a running jump, but not quite like that. We can just come out into here, no need for a running jump. Make sure you're at the edge of the platform and just do a standard running jump grab. We can also do straight running jumps like this, where you do a running jump forward like this, and then add 1, 2, 3 steps while curving, and then head over this platform. That's quite difficult, however. Then there is also standing jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and over to here. The running jump is likely the fastest, but the hardest, and the easiest would be the first one I showed you. Something like this. Now we do want to try and land over on the right side, so we can curve and then swan dive right into here. From there we can pull up, go over to this left side, and head over to this lever and pull this one. We can turn and do 2 running jumps over to here. And then head over to this lever onto this one. And from here we can either go down into the water to avoid the mummy, which is a little slower, or run over through the mummy and potentially take some damage. Not usually a big deal, so I would run at the mummy, but whatever you're most comfortable with. Then up around here. and we want to pull this lever. Now there's a little trigger skip that we can do to avoid this boulder. There's a boulder that rolls down if we touch this trigger where these Uzis are on. So we can actually turn and run into this door like this. And when running against the door, we can actually do a standing jump, a running jump like that, and we actually run right over the trigger for the boulder. In a more clean sequence, it would look something like this. You can get right past. It's a little difficult to get used to something like this though, so if you can't do it, you can just run like this. The boulder will come down, and you can land right about here, and then side flip in between the boulder and the wall, and keep on moving. Do a jump over to here, and then down here you want to jump a little to the right side, and then jump again, and head down through this way. For this next room, the fastest way to go through it is to head over to here. And you'll want to do a standing jump right here, and a running jump up to here. From here is easiest to do a walking jump off over to the right here, and land over here. And this is the ultimate goal of this room, to get over this platform. In a full sequence, it would look something like this. And then run around this way. Now this is very difficult for some people, so again, I recommend taking it maybe a little slower like I did at the start, like this. You can also go around this way, which doesn't lose much time, but it's much easier. And doing the same kind of thing. Although, as you can see, the Atlanteans do get quite in the way. If you do find this really difficult, you can go and shoot all the enemies that you want, and then go all the way around and do it this way. Although I don't recommend this for a speedrun. So again, my recommendation is to take this one the slow way. And to do this walk, run, jump, banana jump around this corner. And then go up here past these guys. And then climb up. Then head over here. Jump over to here. And go over and pull this lever here. Now there's multiple ways to do this room. And I'll show the fast sequence. Turn here and do a running jump. And then over here. We want to land a little more. We want to land about here. And then we can do a standing jump and running jump onto this platform. And a side flip into here. That's exactly what you don't want to do with the fast sequence. And that's why maybe you don't want to do the fast sequence. So instead you could just take this a little slower. Something like this. Something like this. And back up. And then maybe just jump over to here like this. Grab the ledge or land down there. Whatever is easiest. But for here, when I did the side flip, I wasn't angled enough. So you want to make sure your angle is good to land in the platform over there while also not bonking. So you might want to get used to that before you try doing it, because it can easily kill you. From here, the exit's a little easier. Head over this way. And then from here, you want to do a standing jump here and run over this way. Side flip. And running jump this way. Again, if that's too difficult, it is easiest just to take it slow. So here's the full sequence. Again, my angle is a little off. That just shows how difficult that jump can be. I can't do it consistent. I have not practiced it really. Then head over this way. And now there are going to be mummies in this next room. And since we have meds, it's not a big deal, but we want to probably kill all these guys. It's the most consistent. We can actually side flip back and forth here if we're hitting our head on the ceiling. Something like this can be done to avoid any hits, but after killing these guys, you can just run ahead. It could be faster to run past them, but that is very, very dangerous and RNG heavy, so I do recommend killing them for Atlantis percent. Then you just want to climb up here after that gate closes, and then running jumps over to this way. Then come over here, and then kill this guy. You can kind of run at him after you've been shooting for a while, die. And then from here, we can actually skip this boulder and this cling-clang door. So normally, a boulder will come down, but if we time it at the right time... That was not the right time. So typically the right timing, I believe, is right when it starts opening. Now. And you'll get through like that. This is very difficult because there are very many ways you can die, and it doesn't save that much time from going on this tile, falling off, waiting for the boulder to go by, and then going. So this is not something I recommend doing unless you're very familiar with the timing. And then from there, you want to come up here to this left push block and then push it in twice. And now we're going to head over here, going this way, and we're going to do a trick that looks quite like a glitch, but it is actually not. Technically, it isn't a glitch, as we have decided on, because Lara gets pushed out, which isn't illegal. So inside of this wall up here is illegal for Lara to be in. So when we climb up onto this block, it will push her out. And for one frame, she's actually standing in the air, and we're able to do a side flip in that frame, which also is not agreed upon to be a glitch. So putting all this together is technically not a glitch, and we can do this, and we can actually side flip up to there. This is what the trick looks like. So it may look glitchy, but it actually is agreed upon to not be a glitch. So again, we just want to hold up in action to climb up, and then hold jump left, and then she'll jump the instant she can up to here. Then we can turn this way, take a stumble forward, aim down there, and then do a standing jump up, and that'll cause no stumble to occur, and you can pull this lever, back hop, and then jump over to here, and jump up. Then we can take another stumble forward, and then standing jump forward, which stops another stumble, and then we can do continuous running jumps over this way. Now the best way to do this room is just to ignore the enemies. We actually keep jumping, and then jump over here like this, and land on the lever. Now that's actually a hard trick to do. That trick involves getting a step reset on this block, so we hop up on this block and then take 3 steps while curving left to get a jump right at the edge, looking like this, like that. And that gets us far enough to land on the lever. So this sequence can be a little tough to get just right, but it is very good to get on the lever. If you're not able to do that, it is just fine to continue your running jumps and then just walk up to the lever like this. Either way, you'll probably get hammered by this centaur's meatballs, so you can use this med and then move on over this way down to here. We want to jump at the end so we don't stumble, and then jump over onto this slope up to here. This room is quite dangerous because we have Bacon Lara over there, and we also have these 2 mummies. So we don't want to fall down, and we don't want to be shooting because Lara might aim at Bacon Lara, and that's no good. So after we're up here, we can do a standing jump into a running jump over to here, and we can pull this lever. about center. We actually don't want to save or load inside this room because that can break Bacon Lara, so we will avoid doing that. The goal is to get her to fall into that lava pit, but right now she's over there, so we have to get over there. So after pulling this lever, it's easiest to roll, and we want to do a standing jump forward, and from there we're going to curve left just a little bit, and take 3 steps, and then do another jump. So something like this. Standing jump, 1, 2, 3 to the left, and then we can land here and actually continue on without stumbling. And you can continue full running jumps all the way through with that method. And then we want to run over here onto this tile. Oh. Seemingly the lever wasn't pulled. So again, I can just show it again. So pull. And actually an easier way to do this would just to be to go to the edge and then aim for that and then do something like this. You will be able to land like that. And again, doing this again, going to this tile, same kind of deal. You can actually continue running jumps all the way over here like this, or you can play it safe, just like over there, and do the same thing back. This is a mirrored room, so it is all the same. And then go back to the final part of Atlantis. Here, it's the best idea to ignore the centaur for time, but do not ignore the mummy. So we want to head over to here and shoot and kill this mummy. And heal when need be. And then continue around this way to this medkit. If you find that the centaur is too annoying to deal with, or he gets in your way, knocks you off, or whatever, you can always take the time to kill him. You can just run around like this, doing jumps. You can even cut the corners like this if you're feeling risky. These are timed levers, so you will have to make it across the bridge and through the door before the timer runs out. Then jump over to here and across the bridge. We don't need any of these pickups, and then you want to run right into here and then press action on the Skion in order to end the level.
You can't
skip that cutscene, although this cutscene is not skippable. No matter what you do, inventory, look, any button, you will not be able to skip this cutscene. So this actually is about a minute of downtime during the run. So you'll be able to listen to them. There is a glitch to skip this, but that would not be allowed in Glitchless Atlantis %. So overall, the level is quite long. There can be a lot of RNG that goes on from the mummies in the different rooms, especially at the beginning and some of the parts throughout. But if you take it slow at certain parts, it can be quite consistent if there are no execution errors. Overall, a very difficult level to speedrun. But with all the different methods shown, it shouldn't be that bad. And then that marks the end of the level and the end of the cutscene. And then you can hit enter here, and that moves us on to the Great Pyramid. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see everyone at the Great Pyramid tutorial.